What happens when a robot doesn't just assist the artist, but becomes part of the artwork? We call this synthetic art, a real-time human-machine collaborative framework uniting live perception, generative AI, and robotic execution. The system fuses live facial image capture with a custom-trained diffusion model, vectorized output, and robotic sketching, producing stylized portraits in acrylic paint on demand. Our early explorations began with live music. In a performance with vocalist Niali, we used the Tesseract.art system to analyze multidimensional musical features, pitch, density, onset, translating her voice into brushwork in real time. A caricature of her face, generated by a generic AI model, was later layered onto the canvas, marking one of our first cross-modal experiments in sound, vision, and gesture through AI. Building on this foundation, we evolved the system into a more personalized and collaborative process. We captured portrait photos and processed them through a fine-tuned, stable diffusion model. Instead of relying on generic latent inversion, we used a vector low-rank adaptation, trained on over 50 caricatures by our artist-in-residence, Ivy Chen. Her dataset spanned diverse demographics, ensuring the model could adapt to anyone. To preserve fidelity and style, we used pairwise training with context consistency loss, matching each regularization image to a corresponding style image. Prompts were encoded using contrastive language image pre-training, and structure was preserved with ControlNet's canny edge conditioning. The result? A model that could produce vector-friendly caricatures in Ivy's exact style, clean, expressive, and recognizably hers. The diffusion model was merged with her style LoRa, enabling seamless stylistic blending. Outputs were then vectorized and translated into stroke parameters, allowing a robot to render each portrait with continuous Bezier curves, not printed pixels, but deliberate, expressive movements. Importantly, Ivy retained full authorship of these works. Her creative presence shaped the system end-to-end. She defined the stylistic aesthetic, curated and annotated the datasets, validated outputs for quality, and oversaw the robotic drawing process. She adjusted stroke parameters and intervened when needed. The robot was not a painter, it was her prosthetic hand, enabling scale and precision without compromising human intent. This is the role of a synthetic artist, not a passive operator, but a conductor of hybrid creativity. This collaboration shows how humans and machines play to their strengths. The machine brings speed, scale, and stylization. The human brings intuition, emotion, and context. Together we choreograph creativity, not as solitary authors, but as curators shaping machine memory into cultural meaning. As authorship becomes shared, new creative rituals emerge. Training models, refining prompts, directing execution. These are the tools of tomorrow's artists. Synthetic art invites us to preserve the emotional truths of human expression, not by resisting machines, but by letting them reflect what we choose to imbue. Each portrait isn't just a likeness, it's a moment, shared, stylized, and signed by both human and machine. This is synthetic art, where creativity is not automated, it is amplified.